Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo, and we're here today playing a little bit of Project Zomboid. So, I think I played this game on my channel more than a year ago. A very, very long time ago was the last time that I played Project Zomboid. So with all this talk that I've been having about survival games and things that I wish they would do right, I wanted to play Project Zomboid because it showcases a lot of the things that I always hoped DayZ would eventually have, and all these other survival games would look at and recognize the amount of detail that they were putting into these individual systems and then take note of that. And Project Zomboid was also something that, Dean Hall has many times highlighted as being where they've gotten many inspirations for things that ended up in DayZ, or that they planned to have in DayZ but still haven't got there. So we're just going to hop into the standard survival mode. I already got my character. This is sort of the same build I always use when I play this game. Can't say I'm very good at it. There's definitely people who you'll see who will survive a lot longer than I will, but I always have a good time with the game. So the Park Ranger build, we've got Light Drinker and Unlucky as our negatives, and then Brave and Resilient as our positives. I always found that those two are pretty beneficial. So let's just go ahead and hop into this. We're just going to play a little bit of it. I'm going to discuss some of the things that have always made me really enjoy the game. Despite the one thing for me that has always kind of killed this, I'm not a huge fan of these isometric style games. And then the ones that I do like are usually because they are actually really well done, really well designed visually. And I'm going to have to say that Project Zomboid has never impressed me visually. It's a very basic art style. It fits the game, it fits what they're doing, and I like that this was sort of the sacrifice for a smaller team to be able to, rather than focus on the environment and having all these flashy, visuals and really high textured environments, they instead focused on the survival aspects of the game and said, okay, how can we, what other focus can we make for this game? Why worry so much about that as a small team when instead we can just be like, let's make this hardcore survival at its best. So we have our little tips window over here. We're actually gonna get rid of that. I've read it enough times. So this is one of the big things for me, was the idea of loot in a sort of post-apocalyptic zombie world. Now you could say that a lot of places, yeah, it would be sort of like ransacked, but it also depends on how you want to look at where the story takes place in time. For Project Zomboid, the idea is that the houses are still filled with a lot of these trivial items. A vest, some sheets, the bed sheets, but in reality, these are actually vital tools in a survival situation. For example, we're going to take all these sheets, and now that they're in our inventory, we're going to take a look at them. We're actually going to make bandages out of one set of the sheets, because bandages are vital. We get attacked by a zombie and we're bleeding, or we fall and hurt ourselves, or whatever. Something happens where we are bleeding, we have a gaping wound. We need to get that taken care of as quickly as possible. The second thing is the idea of being able to use anything that you would actually be able to use as a container, as a bag. You're moving through the world, you don't have the benefit of a backpack, perhaps. So what else would you use to store goods in to be able to, carry more than you would be able to carry just in your hands? Garbage bags, just like this. Really small, simple, intelligent design. So let's search all of these. Let's grab some nails. Nails will be helpful because we'll be able to get some boards, hopefully, and use those to board up windows to sort of build up our fortress. That's sort of the way I always play this game, and I have to admit, I never get there. I never get to where I want to be. The sole sense of like, alright, I'm gonna get boards, I'm gonna board up these windows, I'm gonna be good to go. Let's check this closet, or bathroom actually. So we have a bath towel, which we'll go ahead and take. I think the bath towel, yeah, we can't really do much with the bath towel, to be honest. We're gonna drop that. We can dry ourselves off when we're wet. We're actually unpleasantly hot because we're wearing a sweater. So we're gonna go ahead and unequip the sweater. And we'll have to find a shirt at some point. We're gonna go outside. Now the big thing about Project Zomboid is that, it's as hardcore as it gets. There's a lot of tweaks you can do to these sort of sandbox mode, and there's even a lot of options for survival that make the game a little bit easier, but at its core, you can play this as like this ultra hardcore survival experience. Let's see if the door will open. Shut it behind us. So there's everything from, the zombie sight lines. You can actually put curtains on the windows or close curtains to prevent yourself from being spotted. You have to read literature, you can read books and things of that nature to help, keep your boredom level down. They've pretty much thought of every system possible to make the game more difficult. And for a lot of people, the game is considered too hard. I know way too many people who, just don't play it because it's so difficult. Some people play it because they're not a fan of the art style and the camera perspective. But at the end of the day, when you want hardcore zombie survival, hardcore survival. I mean, this is the game. It really is. Let's eat some watermelon. I could go for some watermelon. We'll eat the whole freaking thing. Well, also, we're pretty good, so we can go ahead and actually drink this orange soda. That's actually gonna, I believe the orange soda increases our happiness. Yeah, unhappiness -10. It's actually gonna make us a little less thirsty, a little less hungry as well, so that's good. More canned beans, we definitely want to grab those. We're gonna need a can opener eventually. More nails, we'll definitely take all those for now. We can always sort our inventory later. Now, one of the funny things was back when I first started playing this game, like I think in alpha, beta, they didn't have this camera zoom capability. And that actually changed the game entirely for me, because I always felt the camera was out too far. And I had this really lost sense of perspective when I played the game. So for that camera to be zoomed in like this, the ability to do this, it actually changed the game for me completely. It made it a much more enjoyable experience. Man, I say experience way too often sometimes. Anyways, let's go ahead. Oh, that's a zombie. We have no weapon. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna shove and then stomp. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to be very careful to try and not aggro these zombies. Sadly, this door is, of course, locked. The sheds are always locked. People always lock their damn sheds. You know, you don't lock your house at night, but you'll lock your shed at night. That's honestly how some people function. Probably no keys around. I mean, that's the house we just came from, so... Sadly, yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting in there. We might have to find something to kind of slam that open later, but let's just let's head into the busier portions of town. Now, the issue, of course, with going near anything that would be more populated when the world wasn't coming to an end is that there's going to be more zombies everywhere. As you can see, we're already sort of encountering that, but hopefully if we can make it in here. The last thing we want to do is have to seriously run for a long period of time. That never is a good thing. Let's check these windows. We could smash the window, but that's going to bring a lot of attention, so we're just going to kind of move on. We pretty much lost the focus of those two zombies down there, so that's a good thing. And let's move our way in. Check these houses out. I mean, so this is what it's all about, you know, right? It's a really core, just standard, you know, you're walking, you're searching for supplies, you're doing what you need to get the basics of survival up. And the same thing exists, you know, in DayZ and stuff like that, but it's just a much more boring experience because of the lack of a threat. You know, you don't have the zombies. The small items you're finding are practically useless. You can't really utilize all of the individual pieces of garbage that you would normally find as actual tools. And that is the direction that Zomboid goes, and that's, for me, what has made it such, you know, such an enjoyable experience, despite the fact that I am... Oh, crap. I am admittedly slightly turned off by the, you know, by the camera view, the art style, but it's just, everything else is just so overwhelmingly good and deep and detailed that I just kind of don't care, you know? I can kind of get past that. Let's see what we have here. A banana, we're definitely going to eat that. Let's get some food in our belly. Certain things we can't really take with us. I mean, salmon we'd have to cook. A bag of concrete powder. I don't know what we could use that for. I guess we can make concrete walls, maybe? Something? Here we go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to equip the shirt. So we definitely don't want to be running around with nothing on. Wait, that's a skirt, wasn't it? It said skirt. We don't want to put a skirt on. Let's just unequip that. Where's my pants? There's my pants. We'll pretend that didn't happen, is what we'll do. We should be good on shoes and socks. You know, our clothing hasn't been wet or damaged. I mean, that is actually a factor. Project Zomboid, I mean, this game has been in development for so long now. I mean, it's a small team. They've been working on it. They've just recently added multiplayer. I know that's become a pretty big thing. But I still feel it's a game a lot of people aren't aware of, and I think that, you know, if this doesn't bother you, the camera view and the art style doesn't really matter to you, then there is a really deep survival experience here, which is, you know, really my main reason I wanted to show this. And I've been playing it from time to time recently, really been kind of diving into it, just enjoying it. So let's make our way all the way back down to the left here. That whole right side was pretty flooded up there. We don't really want to bother with anything there. We'll see if we can't check these houses one more time. I forgot which one. That one right there had zombies just pouring in it, if I remember correctly. So, wait, no, was it this? It was this one. Okay, this one's got the door open. So we'll try and make it into this one. Doesn't look like we aggroed them. At this point, I'm gonna smash the window here. Oh, we're gonna run, actually. I really wanted to get into that one. I don't know why. I had a feeling about it, but looks like we've got a parking lot over here leading to a larger building. Let's see if we can't sneak our way into whatever this is. It's like a small little public restroom area, maybe? Rest stop? Yeah, it looks like a little grocery store, maybe? Oh, food market? Okay, we got a couple Zeds in here. Let's see if we can't very precisely knock this one down. We can aggro them outside. Come on. Come on, zombie, zombie, zombie. Anything in this trash can while we're out here? Let's do some dumpster diving. There's one. Alright, we got one down. Let's go for round 2. Stomp that head, yo. There we go. My guy has terrible aim, man. He needs to practice his curb stomping, but hopefully he'll get better with that over time. So there's definitely a zombie outside here, but that's okay. We're going to quickly just raid this place. Grab anything that we can that will at least last decently. We'll get some grapes. I'm just going to eat those real quickly. We'll grab the tomatoes. Peaches, we got radishes are good. See if we can't find anything else over here. I mean, there's a lot of fresh vegetables and fruit, which isn't terrible, but at the same time, the stuff doesn't last long. You know, it's gonna rot. A cupcake. Get some carbs in us. Corn, strawberries. Let's eat some of those. I'm just trying to fill up my stomach as much as I can right now. And then run like hell. So one of our primary concerns right now, at least a primary concern for me, is that we need to get our hands on a weapon of sorts. Whether it's like a baseball bat, a kitchen knife, really anything at this point is going to be pretty vital to our survival as we move forward. So we'll check the door, but there's a good chance these are all going to be locked. We might be able to find one window maybe unlocked. Oh, that one's unlocked. Look at that. Okay, we got a zombie inside as well. And another one. This is the importance of having a weapon as early as possible. And pushing and shoving isn't really effective. You really need to be able to just kind of swing at the face. What I actually want to do is kind of try and aggro these zombies out of the house if possible. We're just going to need to be patient and take these guys down though. So we're going to climb through, open the door. Maybe we can just get him. Actually, I'd rather not get him in the house. Let's get him outside. Personal preference. Rather not have zombie guts all over the house I'm about to maybe spend the night in. This is actually a pretty good spot, so... maybe the dead zombies. There's definitely one in the bathroom here, or this closet, so we're just going to leave that shut for now. Now let's take a look at what we can find. Some magazines, really. Nothing useful there. I think there might actually be a zombie right over here. Yep, he's just banging away. Let's get him out this front door. Come here, zombie, 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 zombie. I got some nice human flesh for you. We need a shirt as well. That's actually pretty important. Come on, buddy. Right out. Yeah, there you go. Right on the front lawn. This is a safe spot for a zombie. You don't want to hurt yourself inside. There's too many sharp objects you could bump into. My foot is not very sharp, but it may have some negative effects on your lifespan. Alright, let's go back to what we're doing. We're searching this. Like I said, we definitely need to try and find a shirt. Something beside the sweater. The sweater's great for when it gets cold. You definitely want to have one, but... spoon, salt, dish towel. Nothing really useful here. Let's go check upstairs. Hopefully there isn't any Zeds smashing around up here. Alright. Sleeping tablets, rubber duck, some more sheets. I'm actually going to take these sheets because they're really useful. We can actually block off these windows, and I think we'll actually make this our sort of like semi-temporary fortress. Let's check these other rooms though. Got a closet here, nothing good. It's officially nighttime. Let's close any curtains we can. Even on the top floor. It's best to just keep them closed. We'll probably stay on the top floor actually. Let's add sheet to this one. Let's close the curtain and we'll get the... Let's close the window. Add a sheet to this one as well. Let's close that one. Sheet to this one. So we're pretty much going to be stuck with one of them just being open, but we'll do our best to avoid that. Again, we're not going to open that door because I'm almost positive there's a zombie in there. So we'll have to deal with that. And let's just go back upstairs and check these other rooms. There's one more room, I believe. Yep. Alright, let's see. So we got a belt, which is not really useful. At least not... Oh, is that a baseball bat? That is a baseball bat. Alright, let's equip this as our primary. We actually have a hiking bag as well. Yes, let's equip this. This was a very, very good find. We have another sheet. We're actually going to grab the belt at this point. We have a vest. We're going to go ahead and wear that. That's definitely lighter than a t-shirt, but it's more clothing at least than nothing at all. Shoes, sweaters. All right. This was a really, really genuinely good find. I gotta be honest, guys. We got this backpack. We can sort some of the stuff into the backpack. The big thing I think for us is gonna be we're gonna move some of the food into it. And let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we'll get a lot of the food just into the backpack, out of our pockets because it makes no sense to me to have it in our pockets. We'll put our spare sweater back there. Let's see what else we have. So we got some leeks. We'll throw those in there. We'll get the belt in there as well. The nails. And we'll throw the sheets in there. Pretty much just keep as much stuff off as we can. I don't know why we have an empty pop bottle. That'd probably be good for water, actually, if we could fill it up. But, yeah, you know what? We will take that with. I'm not sure if we could fill it with water, but I guess we'll find out. We're also going to block off this last window. The sheet. The only thing we need to do is you have to make sure whatever you actually want to use, like on the fly, you have to basically transfer it to your main inventory. So that's no big deal. We're going to unpack it, and we're going to go ahead and add a sheet to the window, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to close the sheet. And there we're done. We've secured this house as much as we can currently. Obviously, it'd be much better if we could put boards and nails on the door, but this isn't a bad place to spend the night. I think we've done a decent job. So we're going to go upstairs, and we're actually going to try and catch some sleep. Yes, I do. And hopefully we don't wake up to a house full of Zeds. Alright, we seem to have done good. We've rested up. I mean, that's really good for our condition as a human being. Daytime's out, and it looks like the house has been kept... This is honestly the most successful that I've ever done in this game. We actually managed to get enough sheets, we covered the windows, we actually managed to go to sleep. Usually I end up running around in the middle of the night, so we've survived for 22 hours at this point, as you can see right here. So I would say this has been successful so far. Now you guys know, it was funny because someone just recently asked me about this after I did the Darkwood video, that I don't do Let's Plays. I can't promise them, they're not something I'm really into. You know, I've always just been kind of like, let's discuss this game, let's do the details on it. But I think we'll check back in every now and then on my progress going on a Project Zomboid and see how far I've gotten or whether or not I've actually survived. And if you guys are interested in the game, I believe it's still only like $14 on Steam Early Access still. It's still in beta, still lots of features being added, but I mean honestly, if you like what you saw here and you're looking for a really detailed survival experience that sort of gets rid of a lot of the fluff, the visual fluff, and just focuses as much as possible on being as hardcore as possible when it comes to zombie survival, then I definitely recommend Project Zomboid. I've recommended it in the past, and I think there's a lot of fun to be had here, and a lot of the new elements and features that they've added are definitely been improvements to the experience. And of course, if you're looking to play this with a group of friends, multiplayer is the thing. So, I mean, I can only imagine what it'd be like to have a whole group of friends running around scavenging in town. That's actually got to be pretty cool, and I think I'll maybe take a look at the multiplayer going into the future. If you guys have any more questions for me about Project Zomboid, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one.